Good morning my friends. In today's video we're going to be building a custom steel front bumper for the Suzuki Jimny. So since I'm designing this bumper completely from scratch, I'm going to start with some cardboard, work on the design, finalize it. Once I'm happy with it, then we'll transfer it across to steel. When building this bumper, I didn't want to build a bumper for building a bumper's sake. According to one of the best fabricators on YouTube, Nate from Dirt Lifestyle, anybody can build a bumper, but building one that looks good is hard. With this in mind, I wanted to challenge myself to design and build a bumper that not only looks objectively good, but is perfectly suited for the Jimny. The Jimny is a small flat front SUV, so I had to be careful with my angles to avoid giving it a boxy look. I think most aftermarket bumpers have a boxy look, which makes the Jimny look front heavy, which I wanted to stay clear from. I also don't like bumpers that protrude far out from the vehicle. So I designed this bumper to match the body lines and use angles to give the illusion of a more pointed front end, which makes this bumper stand out and look incredibly good in my opinion. Alright, so this is the design I came up with. I'm really happy with it. It's a nice slim bumper. It's not too big for the Jimny. It matches the body lines with the lights here, and it goes well with the fenders, the aftermarket fenders. It blends in nicely there. It doesn't protrude out too much. It's still behind the winch plate, so in case of a collision, the winch plate will take the hit, and this is very strong. This is practically bulletproof, so I have no worries there. So next up is to transfer this to metal. I'm going to be doing it in 3 pieces. I will do one piece, one side piece here, the middle piece, and then the other side piece here. That way, I won't have to do much welding and my bends and stuff would look a lot neater. When it comes to material, I chose 1/16 inch steel over the usual 1/8 inch steel. I did this because I wanted to keep the weight of the bumper as low as possible. Many times, we forget that these Jimnys are small and lightweight, which results in a great power to weight ratio that makes the Jimny so capable off-road. Adding a heavy bumper would change that ratio and affect the off-road capability. This can also result in having to add spring spacers to fix sagging due to the additional weight, which I wanted to avoid completely. So I'm hoping that by using the 1/16 inch material, the bumper will be under 10 pounds, which we'll weigh at the end. So these are the 3 pieces here. So let's fit it up on the Jimny and see how it looks. Alright, so this is how it looks. It looks really amazing. Everything came out really nicely. It suits the Jimny perfectly in my opinion. All of the fenders and things match nicely there. It blends in, all of the angles and stuff. So I just have it rest there for now. So now what I'm going to do is tack weld everything together, making sure all my body lines and everything nice and neat on both sides, and the spacing and everything is even. Alright, so I just finished tack up the bumper. Everything in place, everything looks nice and neat. I'm really satisfied with how that looks. So now it's time to burn it through and weld up everything. So this is what the bumper looks like after it's been completely welded. I did have some distortion and warpage, but I had to straighten it out with a sledgehammer, so it's all good now. The only thing is when it warped, this shifted a little bit down, but I'm fine with that. Nothing to be concerned with. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. If you're wondering how much it weighs, I weigh it and it weighs 8.66 pounds. So very lightweight, considering it's a steel bumper, which is perfectly suited for the small Jimny. So next step is to finish sand it and paint it. So to prep this bumper, what we're gonna do is clean it with some degreaser. Have some purple plaster there. That'll remove all the oils. We'll let it dry. We'll sand it completely. Then we'll clean it with acetone. Then we'll paint it with 2 coats of epoxy primer. This is the final product. I'm ending the video with a voiceover because I got dengue virus and I'm still recovering. I'm really happy with how this bumper came out. This was my first time fabricating something on this scale, as well as painting using the gun and compressor. There's some slight minor imperfections that I will fix when I'm painting over the entire Jimny, but I couldn't be happier with the outcome of this project. As always, thank you for sticking around. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe, leave some good vibes in the comments, and I'll catch you on the next one.